I'm going to take a guess that right now you are restricting yourself from your favorite foods, eating in a calorie deficit, not going to the gym as much as you'd like to, and despite your best efforts, maintaining your current weight when you'd actually rather the scale to be going down. What if I told you that there is a way for you to still maintain your current weight, but actually experience some really great benefits at the same time? Benefits that will not only teach you how to maintain any weight you've ever lost, but it will get you healthier than ever while getting you prepared for the most successful fat loss phase you have ever experienced. Sounds pretty good, right? I'm going to teach you exactly how to do it in this episode. Welcome to the Diet Starts Never podcast. I'm your host, Rachel Nigro, aka Coach Rach. This podcast will teach you how to live your healthiest life in and out of the gym and put yourself first again. Oh, and we get long-lasting results here. I've made it my mission to help my clients ditch the diet mentality and heal their relationship with food and themselves. After transforming hundreds of bodies and minds, it's your turn. Are you ready? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Diet Starts Never. Last week's episode, I gave you all of the details on why you need a weight loss break to lose weight. Today's episode is kind of going to be a piggyback part 2 off of that. So basically, I spoke about the process of reverse dieting, what it is, who qualifies, and what the protocol is. I explained to you the process of coming out of a calorie deficit. So if you haven't listened to it yet, I suggest you start with that. So again, just to recap, a reverse diet is the process of slowly and incrementally increasing one's calories out of a deficit back up to maintenance calories. It is quite literally reversing from deficit to TDEE, maintenance calories. Today, I'm going to cover what to actually do when you get to those maintenance calories. And just to be clear, this does not mean you need to stop making progress. Taking a maintenance phase is exactly how you continue to make progress and don't gain the weight you lost back. So, on today's episode, I am going to go over the reason why maintenance phases will stop you from gaining that weight back after losing it, who qualifies for one, the protocol, and how it absolutely changed my life. So, I'll be sharing my best tips and tricks for eating at maintenance, and I'll even explain to you guys how you can still make progress while in one. And I think that's kind of the first thing you need to realize, that just because you're taking a weight loss break from the scale actually going down every week does not mean that you are not progressing. Every single thing you do progresses, whether it is a scale victory win or a non-scale victory. I prefer to look at my progress on a non-scale victory point more than everything. So what really matters is you actually creating habits that you enjoy, you actually getting your body healthy. And like, if the scale goes down, cool. If it doesn't, cool. So, maintenance is defined as consuming the calories that the body requires to maintain its current weight. You're not in a calorie deficit or a surplus while you're at maintenance. So, like I've told you before, the term total daily energy expenditure, TDEE, is used interchangeably with maintenance calories, because if you eat the same amount of calories that you burn in one day, a net equal energy balance is created, causing your body to maintain its weight. It decreases food cravings and hunger. It takes away physical stress that a deficit will absolutely cause to the body. And it allows you to eat more intuitively. And eventually, it'll lead you to stop tracking food altogether once you learn how to maintain successfully. Sign me up, right? Now, it's not healthy just to jump from being in a deficit to full maintenance calories. This will absolutely cause a unwanted weight gain. A reverse diet, which I went over in last episode, will help your body slowly adapt to the higher calories while reversing any metabolic adaptations and keep weight gain as minimal as possible. I ended this last episode by telling you, once you get to maintenance, you need to stay there. This is because your body needs time to readapt and reach homeostasis again. When you eat in a calorie deficit, your metabolism eventually downregulates to adapt to functioning off of lower calories. When you're in a very large deficit, eventually your body will not lose fat anymore. That's because it needs any calories it gets to simply create energy, does not have any extra energy to complete the fat burning process. Make sense? So, who qualifies for maintenance? Some scenarios, let's say you hit a plateau after consistently cutting calories over time to continue weight loss. So, you're at the point where you can't decrease calories anymore while remaining in a healthy deficit. This is a prime example of your body telling you you need a break, hence why you need a weight loss break to lose weight. So, if you lost a significant amount of weight, you need to learn how to maintain that weight loss before losing more. After completing a significant fat loss, and when I say significant, I mean you've lost over 10 to 15, maybe even 20 plus pounds. That is significant. This is a prime example of your body telling you. So, again, after completing a significant fat loss, the best practice is to reverse up to maintenance calories and stay there for a minimum of 3 months. I even suggest longer if you've been in a deficit for 3 years. Remember, your health comes first, not aesthetics. Who freaking cares if you look good if one, your health is poor, and two, you can only maintain the quote unquote looking good for a short period of time before gaining weight back? Because that doesn't do anything for your body or your self confidence or your relationship with yourself. So, another scenario, if you are just experiencing overall negative health, you have low energy, or you're either hungry all the time or never hungry, you can't sleep well, you're getting sick more often, you have mood swings, you're not going to the bathroom, your brain feels foggy. These are all signs of negative biofeedback and symptoms from calorie restriction. It's time for a maintenance phase. Every single person should go through a maintenance phase. You should actually be spending majority of your time at maintenance. I understand that it's difficult to do that when you haven't actually reached your fat loss goals yet, but you haven't reached your fat loss goal yet because you never gave your body a break from trying to lose weight as fast as possible on as little calories as possible. Maintenance is where I want my clients to end up after working with me because it will support them in maintaining the progress I coach them to make and kind of understand how to live life on their own and not have to focus on weight loss all the time. The maintenance protocol is actually a lot of fun. I say this because I am just about to finish a 4 month maintenance phase. Your girl has been eating and living it up, let me tell you. I mean, I always live it up, but like I've been eating it up. Definitely more than I would during a fat loss cut because I have the calories to, like, I am in a full hibernation phase. I have a little bit more fat on my body to keep me through the winter. And yeah, it is more fat than I had when I started, but it's not healthy to be as lean as I was after my cut year round. Like, hello, I'm a woman. I have a uterus and a menstrual cycle and hormones to keep healthy and happy. That's why it's normal for women's body fat percentage to be higher than a man's. Yeah. Okay, anyway, the protocol. This is a general protocol, and your protocol should be tailored to you. It doesn't take into consideration your lifestyle or your current protocol. Um, but I want you guys to understand how it positively impacts your life. So I'm going to tell you how it's been positively impacting my life as I go through it. So, most importantly, while you're in maintenance, your calories are set and you are actively and consistently eating at your total daily energy expenditure calories. I am way, way, way more flexible when at maintenance phase because I have a lot of calories and I don't actually track every day because having maintenance phases has taught me how to eat intuitively, giving me all of the food freedom. Tracking macros in general has taught me how to have more food freedom, but when you have a higher, more significant amount of calories, you can play around and you can go out to eat more and you can eat more foods that you wouldn't normally eat on a regular basis. But listen, I do still have a passion for clean eating. That is my baseline. I eat clean, nutrient dense foods. That's because I love my body and I worked really hard to get it here and I want to feel really good. Some foods make me feel really bad. So if I want to eat them, if I get like a hankering for it, I eat them in a lot more moderation. So smaller amounts, not as frequently. Sometimes, yeah, I will eat something that doesn't make me feel good, and I promise you I will regret it the next day. Not like I feel guilty over it, but because I physically don't feel good after it. I feel bloated, I feel uncomfortable, and I try to avoid that feeling as much as possible. Okay, the next protocol, exercise for 150 minutes a week. Oh man, I love this one. Don't get me wrong. Again, I love to train. I love to sculpt my body, but sometimes it's nice to take a step back. 150 minutes a week can look like 3 50-minute training sessions, 4 40-minute sessions, 5 30-minute sessions, and so on. Life gets busy, and right now it's been really great to go to the gym 3 to 4 days a week. Now, that brings us into cardio. The protocol is 7 to 8,000 steps per day. One of the reasons I do maintenance in the winter is because it's cold out and I can't get as many steps in. You guys know I live by the beach and I am on the boardwalk every single day in the summer. Unfortunately, it is cold and windy on that boardwalk right now. So my main form of cardio is walking the dogs, walking on the treadmill at the gym. I'll walk around on my house and in my house and answer messages on my phone while walking. I'll even hop on the bike for a little bit. You guys know I have a Peloton at home, but I don't know. I'd rather walk to get my cardio and my steps in. So right now, that is my main form of cardio. Okay, so the next protocol is 7 to 8 hours of sleep, and sleep recovery is so underrated when trying to reach a fat loss goal in general, but just trying to be healthy. Your sleep is so important. This is when your body rests and recovers. So absolutely fuck yeah, 7 to 8 hours of sleep always. And to be honest with you guys, I have my boyfriend to thank for getting me to bed on time every night because I will do everything in my power to stay up talking to him about like anything I can come up with, but he always gets us to sleep. And that I am grateful for because if it wasn't for him, neither of us would ever be rested, which is absolutely crucial for homeostasis, no matter what nutrition phase you're in. So I get it. It's cool to stay up late and watch TV and get shit done, but like it's even cooler to be well rested and optimally function all day and to function optimally all day. And finally, stress is well managed. Actually, this isn't finally. I have one more after this. Believe it or not, our brain cannot tell the difference between mental and physical stress. That's why it is so important to follow a training protocol and to take your stress levels into consideration when creating it. So, just an example, our brain perceives physical stress like breaking an arm the same as mental stress like going through a breakup. It just is stress, and it's going to put stress, pressure on the brain, on your body. So, overdoing intense workouts will 100% place stress on your body, which will increase our body's perceived stress. Chronic stress can and will affect weight loss. It will affect progress. Before adding in additional stressors like strength training and cardio, other stressors should be managed to the best of your ability. So, if you are just starting off on your fitness journey, get your stress under control. It won't get better by adding in more stress. I can guarantee you that. I have learned to manage my stress very well, but I also have created a stress free life for myself. So, the best tip I can give you is you cannot control what you cannot control. Stop worrying about what other people are doing and just focus on yourself. If you're going to get so worked up over, I don't know, Nancy at the supermarket not restocking her cart, putting her cart back into the thing, I think that was like the worst example ever, but you get what I'm saying. If you're going to stress out over what somebody else is doing, you're going to ruin your own progress. You're going to make your life more difficult for yourself. Okay, finally, you want a diet consistent in micronutrient dense, minimally processed food as often as possible. Even while I'm at maintenance, I'm eating healthy. I am just eating more servings or more calorie dense foods to hit my nutrition goal. So if you try to completely change your eating and say, fuck it, you will ruin everything you work so hard for. The goal here, guys, is to create healthy, sustainable habits that you love and feel really good. So eat the exact same way, just eat more of it and save more room for some funner foods. An important note, just like any nutrition phase, it is normal for your weight to still fluctuate, especially us as women. Your weight will fluctuate within 1 to 3 to 4 pounds, always, 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 always. So there are so many factors that influence your weight, such as environment, eating habits, eating foods your body isn't used to, eating foods that don't sit well in your body. There are no good or bad foods, but there are foods that serve your body more and foods that don't serve your body as well. Those are foods that may not be good for you. So, your hydration status, your period, your stress, being sick, and so on, they all influence your weight. Next, how to calculate your maintenance calories. I do a formula for my clients, but this formula is based off of the same type of formula used on this website. It's tdeecalculator.net. You're going to go to that website. You're going to fill out the chart on the page, put in your stats. If you know an accurate body fat percent reading, then you can pop that in there. And then on the next page, the only thing you're going to look at is your total daily energy expenditure with your activity taken into consideration. You're not going to use the calories it gives you for cutting. You're not going to use the calories it gives you for anything else from the macronutrient breakdown, just that total daily energy expenditure number. That's your maintenance calories. Now, remember, this is an estimation. It takes your lifestyle, your activity training into consideration. So, if you don't actually do the exercise, then your activity level is going to be lower. Make sense? Now, let's say you are happy with your weight and you want to lose fat while gaining muscle. This is a different kind of maintenance phase, and it is called a body recomposition. And you actually achieve this by eating at your maintenance calories while having a very heavy emphasis on progressive overload. So it differs from maintenance because at maintenance, you may not be putting that much of a emphasis on lifting more and progressing each week. When you're doing a body recomposition, that is your main focus, of course, while hitting the protocol for a body recomp, which is very similar to the maintenance one, eating at your TDEE, getting sleep, getting that step goal in, and so on. Everything is going to be specific and individual to you, your weight, your lifestyle, your goals. The change of body composition happens because building new muscle requires energy, aka calories. So when eating at maintenance, the body will utilize any stored energy to meet the demands of tissue repair and building. These demands are created by the training stimuli, which is why consistently increasing training volume is so important for body recomposition. So if you're already pretty lean, you're eating in a deficit and not seeing a difference in progress, but you want to get toned, you will most likely need to increase those calories and shift your focus to a body recomp. A recomp is different than a fat loss cut because you will not be going down on the scale. Does that make sense? So, just to recap this episode, I try to keep them as short and sweet for you guys. I could probably go on for hours about this maintenance topic, but I will cut it here because I think this is enough of the basics for y'all. So, you qualify for a maintenance phase if you, one, have just lost a significant amount of weight so you can learn how to maintain it before trying to lose more. Two, you've been trying to lose weight forever, and no matter what you do, the scale doesn't seem to budge. Or if you are pretty lean and just want to be toned without losing weight, you would definitely do a body recomposition, but it's still a form of a maintenance phase. And then finally, maybe you're just sick of like trying to lose weight and you want to break. If you were to go through this maintenance phase and do a proper maintenance phase and make progress over time here and then cut back down into a deficit, you will start to see actual fat loss and actual changes on the scale. And this time you're actually going to be able to sustain them because you took the time to understand the process and teach your body. If you can lose weight while eating as much as possible, that's the goal. That's how you make it more sustainable. And that's exactly what I accomplished with my clients is sustainable weight loss. I will never let any of my clients slash calories. I will never let anybody do anything that is not healthy for them to function properly. All right. As always, if you have any questions, shoot me a message on Instagram. Next episode is going to be all on biofeedback, which is how your body communicates you. Oh my God, I'm a total biofeedback nerd. I love it. I love listening to body cues. I love my clients telling me when something is going on and helping them work through that. So, negative biofeedback is no good. We want to be able to function as optimally as possible and get positive biofeedback. I'm going to teach you guys all about it on the episode 2 weeks from now. Thank you guys so much for listening and have a great day.